Superheroes. We all love them. They are a core part of today's literature, cinema, and most definitely video games. We just can't get enough of that good old spandex, now can we? When talking about their representation in video games, there have been many superhero games over the years. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of the most well-known superhero teams. Well, kinda, sorta, it's related to them. The Fantastic Four is Marvel's first true superhero team. And we've had a few Fantastic Four games over the years, of questionable quality, but one has seemingly been forgotten. The Silver Surfer game on NES. Anyways, this is a game that never gets brought up when comic book video games are the discussion. Now, is it any good? I'm not really sure. This game is considered one of the hardest NES games. I mean, hell, one of the hardest games just flat out ever. Was it on purpose? Or was it just a result of bad game design? So let's go ahead and get our NES Advantage controllers out and try not to lose our sanity. So, Silver Surfer has only a handful of levels, kinda similar to Mega Man. You could start whatever level you want. It's pretty cool. Now, unlike Mega Man, you don't get powers from each level to help you. You don't get the Cutter Man power from this level to help you in that one. No, you just get nothing. Not to mention, it doesn't ease you into its difficulty either. It throws you straight in. One hit and you are donezo. You're looking like me after a Tuesday night session at Taco Bell. I don't know, man. The point is, you're done. You have to really know what you are doing just to get through one measly level, let alone the rest of the levels. This game is hard. To be fair, a lot of the games during this time period were made difficult on purpose. Back then, you couldn't really make a 100+ hour long game very easily. Long RPGs back then were very costly and time-consuming to make. One solution many game developers had was to make their game more unforgiving and difficult. It was an easy way to pad out game time without much more development time. And it also guaranteed that the consumer would hate these developers with every fiber of their being. Silver Surfer is definitely an example of this. Now, why did I choose this game specifically to talk about out of all games I could have chosen? Well, Silver Surfer is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I know, Silver Surfer, why him? Well, growing up, my favorite comic book specifically was Doctor Strange number 31. This was the only comic book I remember having as a kid, and I remember getting it for 25 cents at a random little comic book shop when I was like 8. And I read that thing like 10,000 times. I was obsessed with that comic. And who was on the cover? Doctor Strange, which he is my actual favorite superhero, and Silver Surfer. This is where my two favorite Marvel characters came from. And for years, I thought Silver Surfer would never get a solo game. So recently, I finally decided to sit down and try the game, and I was so flat out angered by its difficulty that I decided to make this video. So let me get this straight. Silver Surfer, he is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. I've loved him since I was a kid, like I just told you guys. And pretty much my entire life, up until maybe like 2 years ago, I didn't realize he had a solo game, and then I finally learned he has a solo game. And it just happens to be one of the hardest games I've ever played, if not the hardest game. Like, what? Why couldn't this be some random other superhero that I don't care about? Why does it have to be Silver Surfer, one of my favorites? It's like the only solo Silver Surfer game I have to deal with now, and it's like, I don't even want to play it. I'd rather scoop my eyeballs out than play this game. I never want to touch this game again. It just angers me looking at it, because I know that if I plug it in and play it, it's just gonna ruin my night. It's not gonna be fun. It's just gonna be so frustratingly hard that I'm gonna want to slam my NES controller against my knee. Sorry. Oof. To get that off my chest. It's something that's been building up ever since I started playing this game for this video. Very frustrated by this game, guys, if you couldn't tell. Okay, that's all. Subscribe, I guess, if you also want to punish your mental well-being. Bye.